some.
There we
Please
go.
inform them
Say
that we are
some.
amateurs.
Say some.
This is our first. This is my first podcast ever, so I don't know what any of you guys are talking about. This looks great for my first time.
Hey man, it's all right. I got the audio. I got the raw files recording right now, so we'll have it all. You just got to listen to it when it comes out on Monday.
Yeah.
Or whenever you post the podcast.
So they heard me though because my mic is separate.
Oh, cool.
So they weren't like soundless, at least.
Sure. We stopped last time after a specific, right after Suicide Squad. And no, to answer your question, we absolutely did not pass that movie.
No, it was straight D's and C's.
I don't remember giving anything a D last time.
If you don't give Suicide Squad the lowest grade, then I guess you do. I think you're kind of doing it wrong. Yeah. Like, what is your curve? You know, like that has to be the bottom one.
I still think I give Aquaman a worse grade, but we'll get there.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I might agree with you. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we get there.
We will talk about it.
Gal Gadot. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm watching it today, and it's not that good. It's not that good. It's not as
pretty
good.
Fucking average.
It's not as good as everyone makes it out to be.
You know why I think everyone made it out to be that good, Tech?
Because it came after Suicide Squad.
Because everything else so far in DC has been average as shit.
If I serve you shit and then biscuits, those are gonna be some amazing tasting biscuits.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. No, I think that the movie gets interesting as soon as they get to the Western Front.
Yeah,
like the first act is.
That's where I'm at now.
I don't like the island she's from, and it's full of tropey ass characters. The overly strong woman who's not emotional, and then her mom is the overprotective mom who hides shit from her kid. That's literally what would have helped her in the end.
Yeah,
dude. I just read a Wonder Woman book today where that was the plot. Apparently, I think that's a Mrs. Diana theme. Mama Diana.
That sucks, dude. Yeah. Just because that's the way it's always been, don't mean you got to keep doing it, guys.
Right. Like I just read book 3 of Dead Earth, Caleb, and she literally unbridled her child's energy by breaking off her bracers, like the classic Wonder Woman bracers. She took them off, and she turned into like a super weapon. But
with my problem,
she also destroyed the planet, so there's probably a good reason to keep those things on.
Yeah, my problem with one of the things in the first act that really bothered me was the fact that any of these Amazonians, whatever they're like called, died like by the hands of soldiers that didn't know, like that just went through a fucking portal almost.
Yeah, wait a minute.
And all of a sudden they land on shore and they start mopping out these lifetime warriors, women,
like living gods
with their bullets and like
living gods.
It just seemed that seemed unnecessary.
That was pretty dumb.
And I never felt I think my problem with this movie is the villain. Do you know the villain off tops?
No.
War?
No. It actually is a villain. Ares.
Yes, Ares. War.
Yeah. But that's not even like played up to where it's like a formidable villain almost. You know, like it's a superhero movie.
He's a shadow puppet the whole fucking time.
Now I like Dr. Poison. I thought she was dope as fuck.
I thought she was War because when fucking Chris Pine's character is talking to her at the party, which drinking happens at, he's talking to her, which Chris Pine, German accent, playing that different. That was very good. But he says he saw fire in her eyes, and I was like, oh, she's War, and I was pumped for that because she killed homie that was taking the bath salts. And nothing happened. And I was like, oh, it's the chick. This is going to be fucking dope. And then it wasn't. It was fucking David Thewlis, who was in the first 15 minutes of the movie and like did not show up for the rest of it.
Yeah, trash.
And then was a god. And it was like, come the fuck on.
I was watching it today because it's been a while since I saw it. And I didn't finish it today. But I was like, that's Ares, isn't it? Like, isn't that dopey guy that walks into the bar and says, I help you? Like, that's Ares? Like, it's not as good.
Why?
It's just not as good as you think. Now, visually, sure, some of the fights and some of the movements of Wonder Woman are cool visually, but overall,
I feel like
Wonder Woman.
She's a very good Wonder Woman.
She is a great Wonder Woman,
and
I would say maybe 25 pounds too light for my Wonder Woman.
She is very
buffer Wonder Woman.
I want a little more girth.
I think that's what makes it dope.
That was
is
the first.
It
That was the
appeals
first
to.
complaints about her.
It can appeal to any one woman, right? Because she's not like this unimaginable figure, like actual figure. So maybe that's kind of the reason they went with her, because she is very realistic looking, and it's kind of dope that someone that frail has all that strength. Don't you agree?
Yeah, that's an okay point. It still clashes with one of my biggest gripes with.
Would you want Ronda Rousey in there?
Yeah, fuck it. Not her. She's problematic. But like,
is she problematic?
one of my biggest.
Yeah, she is.
What'd she do?
Shit.
She's just a bonehead. That's all. Just don't careful not to worship people.
Well,
anyway.
You shouldn't look to her for anything besides anything.
But one of my largest gripes with Hollywood is when Wolverine got the role to be Wolverine, they gave him, for the first movie, they didn't give him 6 months. They gave him like 2 months to beef up. That's why in the first X-Men movie, he wasn't that big. He was just in shape. And then by the time we had Days of Future Past, he looked like a leafy side of beef. He was just like...
Yeah, steroids.
Right.
They gave him a good cycle.
Right, but you get a strong woman in a movie, what does she look like? Gal Gadot. So... Is
that like only true?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Give me a giant, muscular, veiny woman in a movie.
I mean, Cara Delevingne ain't small.
That's the first person I thought.
Not Cara Delevingne.
No, I know you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the. She was in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And she is. She was in Deadpool. What is her name?
Cara.
I follow her on Twitter. I don't remember her name, but yeah, she's
Cara
awesome.
Dune
the actress's name is Fuck, that's gone too. What's happening?
Here, it's coming. Gina Carano.
I
wanted to say something with a G, but I just couldn't get it out.
No,
in my head.
she is the antidote to my problem. She's great. That's why I loved her character so much.
Cara Dune.
That's what I said. You didn't hear me? You were in your brain.
I didn't. I was too much in my brain. I was like,
so when I draw women characters, I kind of draw Cara Dune, and then without fail, all my clients are like, can you woman her up a little bit? I'm like, okay. So Cara Dune.
I think sure.
Cara Dune is my antidote to this problem, to this poison. But for the most part, look at Mystique, Storm, Rogue, Wonder Woman, just every woman character in any superhero ever, and they are going to be thin and borderline malnourished.
So whose fault do you think that is? Like,
borderline malnourished.
I'm kind of glad the studios aren't coming through and forcing these women to change their bodies.
Yeah, so that was what I was going to say. I think it's dangerous to like require anything out of a female actor, out of an actor, period. But like scientifically, it's harder for women to be huge and bulky.
I understand that.
And like requiring that it is
a bit harder.
I feel like that's shitty. And also like,
but don't you think, I'm not speaking in any absolutes here, but don't you think with the amount of backlash that Abby got from The Last of Us, that men expect women to look a certain way and men to look a certain way. So a woman superhero looks like they do, and a man superhero looks like they do. And if I'm pretty sure Abby got
a bunch of shit too because she did shit. But I haven't played that game. So
yeah, but you also didn't support any China movies. So any China movies? The Wrestler? I don't. That didn't go over well.
Rhonda had her time in the sun before she opened her mouth. Now
she was in a Fast and Furious movie.
Now you're not going to see her again. Oh, you mean the multi-million-dollar blockbuster, Caleb? Yeah, I call that her time in the sun. I'll star in those movies.
Well, I mean, Time in the Sun is, I would say, more than one movie. But yeah, sure.
Her 15 minutes of sunlight. How about that?
She's still famous.
Right.
But anyway, Wonder Woman.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep the show moving.
Actually, that movie's okay. Fuck. Dude. You know what my biggest beef with it fucking was? Is that at the very end, Chris Pine's character, before he flies up into the spoiler alert, but fuck it. Before he flies up into the air and fucking detonates the gas bombs, which for some reason don't just rain down on top. It's fine. When he flies up in the air and blows that shit up, he makes some impassioned thing that you can't hear. And they move past that, and then she remembers it later, which is not how fucking shell shock works. But before that, when they're on the watchtower, his point he makes there is like, who cares if they deserve it? I'm I want to save people because I need to, because I need to I need to save people. Like it doesn't matter if they deserve it. It's what I need to do. And then they completely take that from her at the end of the movie by letting her remember what he said and then saying it's all about love. And like, I didn't get that from what he was saying. He had this like honor, this duty that he had to fulfill to make the world a better place. And then she was like, it's all because love. And I was like, fuck off, dude. That's not
it, though.
That's not it. And like, that made me so mad because I also felt like that was boxing her in as saying a woman hero has to be fueled by love. And it was like, no, she's literally got a duty to protect the world.
Yeah.
And she could be doing that and say that's the reason. But it just felt like this weird.
No, Diana's got an inner calling to make things right.
Yeah.
Always and forever. That's
her thing.
That's her thing.
That's just her thing.
Even when things are really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
And instead she was like, it's love.
So, I mean, yeah. So you give it a C.
For a human, for a man.
Yeah, loving a dude. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
What's your grade, Ben?
I like the movie. I've seen it 3 times, which isn't a lot, but you know, I don't watch a lot of movies, so 3 is a lot for me. I don't recall there being anything that problematic, even though we're mentioning some of these things now.
A team of guys that have to mansplain everything to her the whole movie.
Do you know what's gross?
They fought that directly on screen.
The flirting every time any man met her, like it was very cringy to me.
Well, I posit that that's realistic.
It is realistic, unfortunately.
Right, but I think the movie did what it could to. Again, it's sort of the Miss Marvel of the DC universe. Very woman empowerment, kind of, you know.
Yeah. So
a whole island of women doing their own thing. A woman strikes out. She's not a secretary. She's not wearing a dress. You know, she's like, you know, what I mean?
She shows up in London with a sword and shield.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She refers to the secretary as a slave. Like,
right.
Like that sounds like a slave to me.
Sounds like
right.
a slave.
So I
like her.
I like a lot of aspects of the movie. Chris Pine's fucking great, even if his objective was a little weird. So I think the movie is fine. I'll give it a B-, to be honest. I don't really have any like true gripes. You got all your points were valid, but it wouldn't stop me from watching it again. I think it was a good movie.
Sure.
Caleb, what were you gonna say?
How the fuck is Chris Pine gonna show up in the next movie?
I'm very confused about that.
How the fuck is he in the next
flashbacks?
Right.
No, he's in like the 80s. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, maybe he's in her head.
I would give it a B- as well. And the only reason I'm not giving it a C because that's kind of unfair. It is one of the upon release and initial viewing, it is one of the better DC movies.
It really is.
And I love the global impact it had. Anything that empowers little girls is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, we definitely saw that with Wonder Woman, and visually it was amazing. As far as like the actual battles were pretty good, pretty clean. Some of the jokes I think were a little too campy, a little too like there's a dick joke in the beginning I didn't like. But overall it's an experience. It's a good movie. I mean, I
glad I'm not the only one over dick jokes. So.
Yeah, I'm over dick jokes, dude. Yeah, it's a B-. It's
when I were playing Shadow Warrior 2, and that game is very funny. It's all dick jokes. Sorry.
Cool. Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Thanks, Caleb. Thanks for.
Yeah, he's supposed to help you on that one.
Left me in the dark on that.
I just don't remember it being all dick jokes. I remember like
Shadow
one.
Warrior 2.
Yeah, I remember like one.
You know the giant golden penis weapon on the shelf.
Your
gun being called Lil Wang.
Like, oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, there's I could think.
Homie's name is Lil Wang, so yeah. Okay,
right. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So this next one,
I would give it a B-, by the way.
B-, okay. Justice League, November 17th, 2017.
This is the one.
This is the problematic.
All 10 of our fans have been waiting to hear about.
This is problematic. We have more than 10 fans.
This movie is the equivalent of what it sounds like to slowly let the air out of a balloon.
What do you like about it? What did you like about it?
Ben got it. I said this in the pre-show. I liked when Batman calls Wonder Woman out
Yeah.
There's a moment where they're like trying to plan everything and it seems kind of hopeless, but they're figuring it out. And Batman like wheels on Wonder Woman and he's like, Superman was an icon to them. Why aren't you? And she's like, "Bleh." And she like hits him and like throws him back, which is very good when he brings up
but
her.
see, here's in that one scene, you can tell that a part of that scene is Snyder and a part of that is Whedon, right? Because then it cuts to this unnecessary ass joke from Flash. You know, if she kills you, we'll vouch for her. That was unnecessary to me. Like, and there's little things like that are so obvious, right? It's so dark, and then you slice it in with so much unnecessary comedy, trying to be light, trying to be Marvel, that it kind of ruined that scene for me.
Sure.
I think I just did I just shit on your parade just now?
No. But the part that was impactful was before that.
Yeah.
Right? And by that time it's
But then but you see what I'm saying? Like, when you just interject that other vision that doesn't really match the original vision that they should have just doubled down on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, 100%.
We need to call attention to all the times that movie got messed up by two directors, because that's definitely a major problem.
Homie, I'm just super confused because the 6-episode Justice League Snyder cut we're gonna get doesn't have that background lore cut of Steppenwolf landing on that planet. It's fucking Darkseid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So did he plan on it being Darkseid?
Somebody was telling me that
Omega symbol on the ground is Darkseid.
Yeah. So someone was telling me that instead of Steppenwolf, it's supposed to be Darkseid, and I think there was in Suicide Squad. Someone was telling me
Steppenwolf was supposed to be the bad guy.
Steppenwolf was supposed to be the bad guy in Suicide Squad, and he was being controlled by Darkseid. So it would have been the Thanos behind the curtain type thing, which would have been, I think, a lot better, because we ended up getting first of all a non-fleshed out villain with Steppenwolf, and we didn't even get. They just teased us with Darkseid, which is what it should have been behind the whole time. That would have been amazing. Okay, what else do you like about Justice League? I loved the guy who plays Cyborg. Like, I loved him. I thought he was a great actor.
Yep.
I thought he was solid as
I have no
Cyborg.
complaints with Cyborg. I like the delivery.
Yeah,
the suit.
His pain that you can hear in his voice. You know, like even his dad, because his dad is a hell of an actor, and I'm mad that I don't remember his name right now. But like him as an actor is an amazing actor. Their relationship was amazing. Like even like their little dialogue was fucking fire.
Yeah, it was good. I had a problem with his completely CG outfit.
I didn't think it looked bad.
There were a couple of times where it was like, what? I didn't like it. Like, I thought it looked bad a couple times.
Speaking of CG, now I do graphics, right? That's what I do. I'm a very visual person.
I know where you're going with this one.
It didn't bother me like it bothered the world. Henry Cavill's mustache.
Oh no, yeah, no.
Dude, in the beginning of that movie, there's scenes there. Okay, most of the movie, but there are moments where you're like, the fuck is wrong with that dude's face?
I need to rewatch it, and because I saw it too big. And I've seen it at home since, but maybe I just glossed over it. I've just never been able to focus that much on his upper lip. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. But it wouldn't, even if it is bad, and I understand why it happened business-wise and logistically. I understand why it happened. Because you can't shit on Mission Impossible. Like, Mission Impossible
No, but you can shoot after that's over.
Mission Impossible said, hey, he can come back and shoot for you guys, but you got to give us $20 million or something like that to clean up his mustache. That's how much it's gonna cost. He's all throughout this movie. Like, we'll have to do it. And they're like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, all right, well, it's on you then.
Yeah.
And
they could have just waited. I think
deepfake technology caught up, because I've seen deepfakes better than that.
I think this is like one of those. I think this is one of those instances of DC trying too hard to catch up, because like, if you were in so much of a hurry, you couldn't wait 6 months to film scenes that look better, and you were more willing to spend $25 million to cover up his mustache. Like, you're trying too hard to get shit out quick.
I think their business, the way they handle their business. I mean, obviously, they're multi-billion-dollar business, right? Who the fuck are we? But it seems from the
tell you how
outside
I do
looking
it differently.
in, from outside looking in, it does seem like their business gets in the way of their quality of their final product, which is a weird thing to have happen. And that's just from strictly outside looking in fan perspective, right?
I don't think you're alone in that. A lot of people see Warner Brothers as being the problem for a lot of this.
Warner Brothers is having serious problems because AT&T doesn't think it's profitable. So that's another thing.
I heard that.
We got to think about AT&T maybe pushing the button on all of these before they are ready to launch, because they're trying to make sure they had a reason to show their stockholders that having a film division was still important.
Yeah.
Which,
all right, so
it's a shame.
It's so easy with Justice League to easily fall into what you don't like, because we only touched very, very briefly touched what we do like about it. So what?
I like the fight choreography. I thought it was very entertaining.
Which fights?
All of them. Every fight in the movie. It was entertaining to me, especially the grand finale. I hated Batman's bat tank, the walking bat tank. That seemed completely superfluous.
Was it like a spider thing too? Like
Yeah,
it was kind of weird. Like it was super weird.
Yeah.
It's just idea of some bonehead going, wouldn't it be cool if Batman had a mech? Okay. Comic books, right?
Yeah.
But but I like the integration of fighting with Flash, as he's stumbling around trying to find himself as a fighter because he's never fought before.
I enjoyed that aspect. Cool. I did enjoy the aspect of Flash.
Yep. I liked I like Aquaman's sort of hot-headedness. I'm a god fighting that way.
See, I kind of do like their Aquaman.
I do.
Right?
I actually do. Because I've hated every Aquaman since.
I've hated before. Like Aquaman before is kind of like this blonde hair heroic guy, but I like this dark.
A Maori.
He's the Thor of the seas. He talks in these and thous, and he's just like, and then and just like the MCU, I've hated Thor before the MCU. I've hated Aquaman since before the DCU. This Aquaman's cool. He's a surfer Maori kind of guy that likes to drink. And
I think I do like their Aquaman.
I love all of it except for a few of his little his like, oh right, no, I don't like that.
My man, that one bothered me in the trailer.
I don't like those. Yeah, they're like, everything else is fine. And then every time he's on screen, they're playing like fucking 90s butt rock, and it's like, why? Get the fuck out of here with this.
You're playing yacht rock, dude.
They're playing yacht rock. It's
he's water guy, all right.
Fucking AC/DC. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So
it's weird.
I like Cyborg. I like Aquaman. I guess their weakest point for me is the villain.
Villain's
a fucking
villain
joke.
Problem. Does Batman hold up? Is that still our favorite Batman?
Yeah.
He's
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely, dude.
Yep. Oh, I love the way they puts the team together. That has a good feel to it. It's got a good progression, good energy.
Yeah.
I like the way he put the team together. It felt good.
I feel like they wrote themselves into a corner with Superman. They
fucking killed him in his first.
They killed him in the second movie that he's ever in.
Stupid.
So, I did think it was fucking fire when he says, "You won't let me live and you won't let me die." That was fucking fire, dude.
That was
That was a fire quote.
But it was taken away because his mustache was fucking gone.
Oh, you guys are this
Because
mustache.
when he was talking, it was like his upper lip was like, "What do I do?"
His confusion and anger was dope. Like when he came back, his confusion and anger was dope.
Yep.
When the Flash is trying to run around him and he just looks at him, that's fucking dope. And he still couldn't punch him though, and that was dope too for the Flash.
If men is your thing, you would also like that scene.
If what's my thing?
If men are your thing, then that scene's very good for you. It's a very attractive shirtless man, right?
Oh yeah.
Running around fighting. Yeah, he's just the guy.
Then with
the times
you have this battle, and then you have Batman making a joke that that's gonna hurt in the morning or whatever the fuck dumb shit he said.
Yep.
Which is another instance of Whedon trying to make this movie light, and which I don't like.
Yo, when they separate the mother boxes, and they literally start laughing, I was like, "What is happening?"
I like that. I kind of like that between Cyborg and Superman, and he's like, I kind of like that. And then, but then again, you have another Joss Whedon joke, and I'm sure Snyder may have had jokes in it, right? Like,
Right, we're
But,
just
like-
we're just giving him clean slate.
Yeah, like, we'll give him. I'm
Not a lot
blaming
of
Whedon.
jokes in Man of Steel.
There's no jokes in Man of Steel, which was a
Not a
lot
lot.
of people's problems with Man of Steel.
There was no Flash in Man of Steel.
There was a lot of
Not-
people's problem.
Not a lot of jokes in 300. Not a lot of jokes in what's the girl mental hospital.
Sucker
Oh,
Punch. Sucker Punch.
There's no jokes in Sucker Punch. He's not a jokey guy. I think that's all Joss.
I think.
Or they
Well, did he
or-
write? Did he
or
write?
Because of Deadpool, they punched up Suicide Squad. And I bet
Yeah.
they had to punch this up too because they thought people wanted funny.
This is Overlord shit. This is 100% Overlord shit.
Yep.
Yeah, because Suicide Squad got punched up, and then Flash is funny. Why the fuck is Flash funny? Barry Allen's not a super funny dude.
But
in the comics.
it's okay to have a comic relief.
No, Flash sometimes can have Spider-Man levels of wit, Caleb.
Okay, I'll
Sometimes.
I'll accept that. Also, his rogues gallery is all fucking loony. So
Yeah. Of the Justice
Reverse
League.
Flash.
Of the Justice
Greatest
League,
villain name ever, dude.
Yeah, that's really dumb. Of the Justice League, who's gonna have the most jokes? You know, maybe him, maybe Green Lantern a little bit because he's lighthearted. but, like,
Green Lantern for sure.
But
unless you do the John Stewart Green Lantern,
right.
which they
Um,
should, and it should be Idris Elba. Moving on.
Justice League, a lot wrong with it. Steppenwolf is bad. Superman coming back to life was technically bad.
Yeah, it was like, let's introduce a villain that's impossible to beat until we reintroduce a character that we killed and wish we hadn't killed.
Yeah.
And then when Superman comes back, let's have him do a thing and then leave right away.
And I feel like the Superman that we got in Man of Steel is so different than any other iteration of him. The Man of Steel Superman was very lone wolfish, dark.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Batman versus Superman, even him, like that Superman was a certain kind of way. And I feel like this Superman wasn't all that to me. And plus visually I didn't feel like he matched up. He felt brighter. He felt lighter.
Definitely brighter.
He felt like, I don't know, man.
It's weird. You can maybe explain away some of that with like, no, he just woke up. But like,
It would have
Yeah.
been it would have been a whole different level of epic if he came to fight that third act. He showed up in a black suit. That little thing would have made me very happy.
Sure.
yeah, great.
With long hair and a black suit.
Well-
I don't know about long hair.
The comic book version had long hair. It would have been
I
dope.
know.
It would have been that would have been fan service. See, I think a lot of the disconnect here, and I'm
Look at
rambling.
All the Supermans though, there's some pretty bad ones. There's leather jacket Superman. There's mullet Superman. There's some pretty tacky suits.
Did you say mullet Superman?
Oh yeah.
Dude, there was a whole mood when he came back from the dead and he was wearing all black with long hair. That was a whole Superman mood, dude. Do you remember being a kid? Did you read that as a kid?
I saw him split into 4 personalities and went, I don't care about this anymore.
I was like, I'm a Marvel guy, right? And I bought those. Like all of them. I thought they were the shit. Yeah,
Oh my
but I was
God.
also like fucking 12, so like,
You could have gotten black suit Superman and he could have had a fucking beard. There's your mustache problem solved. Give him a fucking beard.
Oh wow, good point.
yep.
Fuck.
All right. Let's
Oh, I'm bad.
we have 3 more movies to talk about.
All right.
Caleb, what's your Justice League
yeah.
grade?
Oh God.
You're on the
D.
spotlight. D.
D. Yeah.
Ooh, D.
Justice League D.
D is harsh. D is Suicide Squad level, dude.
The villain is a complete joke. Superman is a Deus Ex Machina that literally saves the day, and they could not have done it without him. So they create a villain that's dumb, and he's dumb and overpowered until one guy comes back from the dead, and then he solves
He
everything.
ain't lying, dude. He's not lying. Fuck.
No lies detected.
He ain't tell us no lies.
No lies
All right, D. Ben.
detected. C.
Okay.
DC, all right.
DC. I'm gonna give it an
Technically,
EU.
Flat. C flat.
C flat. Just a C.
Not a C sharp.
All right. I am going to give this movie a C plus.
Plus.
I'm gonna give it a plus. So it
I'm gonna
passes.
need
Okay. For this movie, it passes, right? So it's not failing. It's below average, but it's on the high end of below average. I'm gonna give it to him because it is a lot to
average. I like the high end of average, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
it has our Batman.
It has our Batman in it.
It does Flash well.
It does Flash well. It does Cyborg well. That's the first time we've seen
Aquaman we like.
Give us an Aquaman we like.
And he's not as corny as Aquaman in his own movie.
And it's
not full-blown cornball yet.
And this is the first attempt that anyone made at a Justice League movie it's a big task. It's a large task. And they didn't shit on it.
Nope.
Yes, they.
It was not Suicide Squad level shit.
Wasn't even the Justice League, dude. They're not an organization. They don't have a base. They don't have a series of files that they look through that Batman's assembled to take on their villain.
Well, you don't start there.
No, you don't, but they decided to.
Maybe this sets up a really good Justice League 2 in the future. Like that's how I saw it when I watched it. Like
Steppenwolf maybe was a good first supervillain.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Leveling up to something more serious.
Infinity War.
We said we're not going to compare him to Marvel.
No, we are. We are now. We have to.
Look how many bullshit Marvel villains they junked.
Exactly.
One that didn't die.
Think about this.
Are any Marvel villains as bad as Steppenwolf?
Yes.
Who?
Cillian Murphy, whatever the guy's name is.
Iron Man 3.
Yes, for sure. Trash.
Pretty throwaway.
Actual garbage.
And as much as we love what they did,
most of that movie, the villain's dope. They just ruin it at the end. Steppenwolf's dumb the whole time.
Nah, man. Same end result. Same bad taste in my mouth, bro.
Okay, sure. That sucks. There's one other Marvel movie that's as bad as this one.
No. Okay, think about it. Think about this,
though. The record's so bad right now.
Think about this. This is you compare this to the first Avengers, right? Is it as good as that? No. But the first Avengers is not that great either. Okay? And it's not Endgame, Infinity War great. They had to grow into that, dude. They had good. There's a lot wrong with the first Avengers.
So what? It's still A territory.
It's I'm sorry, guys. They fucked over Tony Stark's character.
What would you in hindsight, you would say that. You would not have said that in the day.
No, of course not. Of course not. So absolutely. But
give the first Avengers a letter grade.
Compared to, but see, that's the thing. It's too late, right? Like it's too grand. Like I will get a Thanos tattoo tomorrow, right? Like I'd love it too much. So it's hard.
The first Avengers laid that down.
But because of Josh Whedon on the first Avengers, I'm gonna give it a B-.
Justice League?
No, I'm talking about Avengers 1.
That's a good score though. That's a good movie.
Okay, but I gave Justice League a C+. You're right next to each other.
They're not that close.
You're right next to each other.
That's insane.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude.
Look at DC's track record of what they've done to us so far, right? This is movie.
He either hates Avengers that much or he loves Justice League.
No,
there's only way to explain the fact that they're that close.
This is movie 4, and all 4 movies they've given us, literally, they've given. Wait, is this 4 or 5?
Well, right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th movie.
Literally every movie that they've given us a world-ending villain, which is the epitome of a throwaway villain, because you're in the beginning of your series. You had Zod, who was literally destroying the planet, and then you had
go ahead. You're right.
And then you had fucking Enchantress, who was going to take over the planet.
That was trash.
And then you had Ares, who was going to destroy the planet. And then you had fucking Doomsday. Sorry, he looked like Abomination.
He looked just like Abomination.
Yeah, dude. You have Doomsday, who's literally going to destroy the planet, and then Steppenwolf. Guess what, guys? All your villains suck ass because they can't win.
I also rescind my previous statement. Looking at this list of MCU villains, they're all kind of great.
Okay. Oh my God.
Look at this list.
I split it out.
Even the ones they threw away.
Obadiah Stane, I dug him.
Nope.
Abomination.
Trash.
Whiplash.
Yep.
I like Mickey Rourke though, so I love Mickey Rourke.
Whiplash was good.
Mickey Rourke's my guy.
Justin Hammer.
Hammer's good. Loki's good. Red Skull's good.
The guy you hate. The guy they threw away. The guy from
Malekith.
The from two guys from
Malekith is trash, bro.
Yeah, they're both pretty boring.
Who's the dude with the horn?
That's also Dark
World.
Yeah. Robert fucking Redford.
Yeah, dude.
The guy in the Hydra coin flip or switch flip, right?
Yep. The return of the German scientist.
Guy on the computer, triple
Trash.
grade, triple F, thumbs down, stupid.
Actual garbage.
Actual.
Wait, y'all
steaming
didn't
pile
like
of
the
garbage.
idea of a World War II era AI controlling Hydra?
On
man.
tape? On reel to reel AI? No.
Fucking Ronan the Accuser.
Ronan the Accusers.
Trash, dude.
And then Nebula.
Trash, bro.
What?
Ronan is actually trash. I swear to God, Ronan is actually trash.
Ronan is one of the best Marvel villains.
Ronan the Accuser? Are you guys joking, right? You guys are.
Ronan's good.
Ronan's
He
good.
stands
Let's
up to
get through
Thor.
this list. This
stands
is
up
not
to Thanos.
DC.
He
Let's get
stands
through
up to
this.
Thanos and just
Wait,
fucking
we gotta
slams
talk-
the Infinity
can
Stone
we-
into his hammer
Can we
and
go back
tells
to
him,
DC?
"Don't call me boy." It's so good.
Can we
It's
go
so
back to
good.
DC? We still have 3 more movies.
Nebula, Ultron, the Bumblebee. What's the yellow wasp?
Yellow
What is
Jacket?
it?
That's Yellow Jacket.
Right.
Trash.
Baron Zemo.
Trash.
Yeah,
No, Baron Zemo,
Crossbones,
not trash.
Dormammu,
Dormammu.
Trash.
Mads Mikkelsen.
We have to move on to DC,
the
guys.
sub boss. Ego,
This is a whole different episode.
Taserface.
This is a whole different episode. This is a whole
Hell,
different episode. We'll do this episode. We'll do Marvel villains next.
We should.
We have
Because
we have to.
we're gonna fight.
We have- oh,
Okay.
no.
December 21st, 2018. Aquaman, directed by James Wan.
I take back giving Justice League a D, and I'll give it a C minus because this movie has to be worse than that.
It has to.
Does it fail though?
No,
I mean, if you get D's, you're not dressing for the next game.
but you do get your driver's. Don't you get driver's test at a D? You get your driver's license if you get a D.
I have no idea.
No, you have to get over a
70. Gotta get over 70. Okay. Because D's are in the 60s, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, 60, starting at 60.
It fucked up that our average is failing. Over 50. If you get over half the answers right, you failed.
Yeah.
That's because I actually heard what movie was that? It was Homecoming. What's that came after Homecoming?
Far
Far
from
Far
home.
from home.
He's failing his tests on purpose or something like
No,
that.
that's Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, right.
He gets a 0 on a multiple choice, and she's like, even if you guessed, you'd get half of them right based on the law of averages. So if you got them all wrong, you know all the right answers.
Maybe that's why we don't give anything in the 50s a passing grade. Anyway.
Yeah. What did you like about Aquaman? Let's talk about the positives.
What did I like about Aquaman? Definitely not Nicole Kidman. Sorry, that's already what I don't like.
That was misplaced. That was miscast.
So weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I couldn't.
So
get used to it.
weird.
I agree. That's weird.
You-
It's like plastic the whole time.
yeah.
Anyway,
Surgery.
what did I like? Okay, hold on. I actually reshowed. So Amanda watched the last half of this with me because I'd started it in my office, and the whole last half we were laughing, and she was like, "Seriously?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I have to watch it." But she was like, how did you get through that?" And I rewound to the beginning because when he shows up on the submarine,
Mhm.
you're like, "This movie might be okay."
Yeah.
He takes out a bunch of dudes fighting in the submarine. Feels a little bit like Captain America. It feels good. Like he's flinging around the hatch.
sprinkled with some really bad one-liners, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. But then Manta shows up to fight him, and like,
That rooftop fight scene is. I'm sorry. You know what? I don't care what anybody says. That rooftop chase / fight scene is fucking incredible.
I agree. I
There's some
100.
oh yeah,
I
sure. I'm
100%
talking about
agree.
it. I'm talking about the submarine.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
he's talking
we'll
about the
get there.
first beginning.
First
Okay.
time Manta shows up, it's over dramatic, it's melodramatic. It's just like, oh my god, stop this. Him screaming, "Dead!" God, I hate
Really
it
good.
so much.
That's
You
really
like it?
Yeah, dude. I liked
That was a
Manta.
flip.
I liked him. I liked the fact that he has motivation. Like he has motivation because his father
Yes.
was killed, and they're on some pirate shit.
Yes, but like he's the reason his dad got killed.
I mean, his dad made a sacrifice play. It is what it is.
No, he
didn't he?
His dad got fucking skewered and then couldn't take the fucking L and shot at a dude climbing up a ladder, and dude moved and then got fucked by his bad decision.
Oh well. Well, at
He
any
killed
rate,
himself.
it's been a while since I've seen it.
What can you do?
What can you do? I know. I like the actor that plays Black Manta is amazing. He's an amazing actor, and I think he was great as Black Manta. The outfit was great.
Except he's like only in one fight scene. That also sucked. Like, why wasn't he more a part of the movie?
He should have been more the villain than the the other guy. That made it like so oddly political.
Yep.
It made
Ocean
it.
Man.
I mean, that makes sense. That's also a very Aquaman thing. Politics under the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why is DC going long ball with all their fucking villains, man?
Yep.
Here's our 6th movie in a row with someone trying to fucking end the world, and they're also like big time villains. In like Doomsday's a big villain.
Doomsday's one of the biggest villains.
It's like throwing fucking Joker out and then killing him 30 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a problem with that.
And they do it with like every villain. Like Ocean Master, cool. Like have a schism underwater where they have to fight a civil war and like there's 2 factions so that it can carry on into the next movie. But no, it gets all evened out because Queen Atlanta shows up and is like, "Don't kill him. I'll take care of you, son." Ugh, God, stop. It's so dumb.
You know, this movie is so exhausting that I don't want to talk about it. Like, okay, so I saw it in theaters, and you're forced. Like, when you go to the movie theater, either you fall asleep or you don't. And I didn't fall asleep. But when I bought it, when it came out, because I have that thing, I have to buy all comic book movies. I have yet to watch it again. I have yet to watch it to completion. There's something innately boring about this movie to me.
Yeah, it's not well written.
It's too long. The pace is off. The things at work they don't do enough of. I want to see. I want to see water effects and like all these cool fights, but I don't really get it. And it just seems like a bit much. When it came out, though, it was still respected and loved. Like people fucked with it when it came out.
Yeah, I remember it making pretty good buzz. People liked it quite a bit, which is peculiar, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. When you just paid a bunch of money for something and you can't leave, you're inclined to rationalize differently with yourself, I guess.
I don't think anyone's excited about this movie. I can tell, like even us talking about it, like no one likes this movie.
No, I'm probably not going to watch it again. I might watch scenes again. I might pull up scenes on YouTube. You know.
Yeah.
But that's it. So letter grade time, I guess. Let's
yeah.
move on.
This is Caleb. What's your grade?
I will say that. I'll wait till my turn. I'll wait till my turn.
My grade is under the sea. It's a D.
Did you write that down?
Nope, I just came up with it right now.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Benjamin.
Again, it's not a complete failure. I know what a complete failure movie looks like. That's not it. You know, we have to hold a special place for F movies, right? That's not a right.
Yeah,
it's just complete failure of storytelling. And this is not. It might just not have been for me. I imagine somebody like half my age, like Jordan, probably fucking loved it. And here's a bunch of old guys complain about the dialogue and the third act.
It's not like we're expecting Shakespearean like dialogues, right?
Right.
We are expecting entertainment.
It's funny for kids because it's not a kids movie.
I don't think we're going into.
I challenge that.
Yeah.
I challenge that.
I don't think we're going into it with the wrong mindset as far as dialogue. I think the dialogue is just generally bad.
It's not VeggieTales, but it's also not.
I would argue that Aquaman specifically is not a movie made for kids.
Yeah, I would say that too. He's a fucking alcoholic.
Aquaman he's an alcoholic too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic, dude.
Most kids know an alcoholic.
Hey, the father met a woman from the sea and smashed unprotected. Like this is grown up themes here, dude. Like.
Why is his hand on her belly? Well, I just want to have this conversation.
Well, little Timmy, when a man meets a woman from the sea.
I thought the cinematography was great. Probably thanks to James Wan on that. He's actually not a bad filmmaker. But
yeah.
The cinematography was great. I do like the fight scenes. Again, DCEU has one thing going for it, and that's how they choreograph fights. They must be using maybe the same team. But I think the lighthouse fight scene was great, and the Mantis rooftop chase scene was fucking brilliant. If you YouTube that right now, you'll be glued to the screen.
Yeah, I enjoyed that scene, Ben, very much. Very much.
It's timelessly good.
Why is it timelessly good? I need some quantifiables on this. Like what?
A lot of good tracking camera motions.
Shit.
What?
Go ahead.
Stop talking over each other.
A lot of good tracking motions where a character runs from one scene to the next, but the camera stays on them, like running through doors to the next scene, or like they're running through a wall, but the camera is on, like side scrolling. But a lot of like one cut, a lot of long cuts, it's just good action. It felt energetic. It felt cohesive. It was it was a very gripping scene. Not a lot of stakes at play since they're all gods. Nobody's going to die, obviously, but is one guy trying to get revenge on his, but I thought that was a great scene. And we talked about it before we started recording, but the trench scene where they're chasing the torch was a beautiful scene. That's a scene. I would love to have in like one of my books. You know what I mean? Like, it was beautiful. So there's a lot of that in that movie. It's a very pretty movie. I posit I could actually put this movie on in the background because it is a pretty thing to have on in the background. I might just put it on mute.
It's on. I'm actually on mute now watching it.
Yeah.
I do question these white soldiers with these neon blue things.
Those soldiers showed up and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Did you give a grade, Ben?
No. God, I'm such a pansy. It's not a D. It's average, but it's beautiful at times. So C+.
Okay.
C+.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say I like Justice League more. I gave that a C+. C+. So, but I don't like Aquaman as much. So, and I feel
not
like
as much.
Yeah, I think I'm giving too many C minuses. So I'll just give it a C. I like Jason Momoa. The visuals were dope. Story was too long. I love the redhead. She was dope. I forgot her name. Manta is my. I like Manta a lot. I want more of him. So I'm gonna give it a C, just a flat out C. Now let me ask you this question: do you think if this order is rearranged, all of a sudden Aquaman a better movie if it comes out after Man of Steel?
I watched Aquaman before I watched Justice League, and no.
Do you think anything has to do with the order of it?
I do think that specifically, but the problem is, like, can I theorize that one movie would have been better if it had been before? Yes. But watching them out of order doesn't fix it, right? Because the movies act like I watched Aquaman first and then watched Justice League, and like I wish I just hadn't had to be introduced to Aquaman again.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, if they'd planned like the MCU to have a Batman movie, a Superman movie, a Wonder Woman movie, an Aquaman movie, you don't have to have a Flash movie, but like 4 of the 5, dope. And then after that,
at least 3.
Exactly.
At least 3.
Instead, we got 1. Because Batman vs Superman is not a Batman movie.
Let's wait. Let's hold off on that thought because I do want to get into that when we're done with the movies. I want to get an overall arcing issue. Who has seen Shazam?
I did not catch Shazam.
So,
that's the one I have left to watch.
So I'm the only one who's seen Shazam. We're not going to talk about Shazam.
Okay.
And I think that's fair because in all honesty, seeing Shazam, it's like an independent movie.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's not really connected at all.
Do you recommend we see it?
Yes. Do you like Shazam?
I have no connection to Shazam. I've never read a Shazam book.
Do you know who?
I only know about him because of the trailer, and maybe because they're playing Injustice.
Okay. Someone actually walked up to me and said, that's a cool Shazam shirt." Like someone did that like this year.
Whoops.
To me, and I was like, "Yeah, no."
It's a Flash shirt,
and then you slap it.
If you like Shazam, I like Shazam. Not really a big comic book fan of Shazam, but I like the character. I understand the character. I like Black Adam a lot more, so I want to see how that goes.
We got that coming.
Yeah.
We got The Rock.
Yeah.
He's actually, it got delayed, but he's in his workout regimen right now.
Yeah. Yes.
For his first comic book movie.
For Black Adam.
Black Adam. Yeah.
So that's gonna be dope. And I think. Oh, side note, I wish you guys would have seen Shazam. The actor Zach Levi.
Yeah.
He is in Thor.
Yeah. He's one of the
he's
one of his friends.
He's the Arrow guy, dude. The Arrow guy got recast to Zach Levi in the Dark World. Look it up. Fun fact.
I just watched it.
Yeah,
you're right. And those warriors have a name. Oh, it's like the Warriors 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I think the dude who plays Shazam is amazing.
Warriors 3.
So the dude who plays Shazam, Zach
Fendral, Hogun, and
Yeah,
Voltron.
Zach Levi.
Zach Levi is amazing as Shazam. The kid who played young Shazam was amazing. Good movie. Absolutely good movie. Now that I think about it, I've seen it multiple times. I've enjoyed it each time.
It's just very disconnected. That's the difference.
It feels very disconnected, and even I'll give you a spoiler alert. It came out last year, right? Last April. They have a cameo at the end of the movie, but they didn't even put the person in it. They just had a regular guy in a suit, like, and only showed like a little bit of his suit. So like, that's how disconnected it is. But that also goes back to how their businesses ran.
Warner Brothers.
I'll give Shazam a B, and you guys should go see it. So we're not gonna talk about it if we ever.
I will go see it.
Yeah, Shazam's not a bad movie. Bird of Prey, last DCEU movie.
Last one, huh?
Birds of Prey, February of this year, which is so crazy that I went to the movies to see this, and then a month later I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And now 4 months later, still can't go anywhere.
Wear a mask.
Birds of Prey. Yeah, okay. No one else is. Licking doorknobs. Trying to cough in my face.
Dude, how terrifying is it? Just before this thing broke out, people were licking ice cream in the grocery stores.
That's a felony.
Yeah, it became a felony real fast. They changed laws real fast on that one. Like, we gotta get these motherfuckers.
You need to go to a hospital. You need to go to a mental hospital if you're licking ice cream in public.
Absolutely.
Something wrong with you.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
you're broken.
I was equally bored as I was pleasantly surprised.
Damn.
Isn't that a weird thing to say? Like, it wasn't that gripping, but I didn't like Harley until this movie. Harley I liked. It was just complex enough. It wasn't over the top, stupid, silly one-liner Suicide Squad. You know, what did she say? Like, that's, you know, I bet you all know what I'm thinking. It's, I'm gonna kill you all. That's not what I'm thinking. I like all that silly, goofy Suicide Squad bullshit. But like, in this movie, it just felt like a real fleshed out Harley with a backstory.
Yeah, they made,
like, emotions.
They made Harley's life difficult.
Yeah. I liked Harley in Suicide Squad. Because
Harley and Joy are like the only thing I liked about that movie, which is funny because they were the only thing they liked about that movie.
Yeah, that I realized that sets me apart. I know everybody liked her because if you've ever been to a comic book convention in the last few years, there's 300 Harleys.
Yeah,
and it's mostly because of that movie.
Yeah, I liked Harley in that movie.
Also, mostly because Harley is like one of the only recognizable female characters in comic books.
Plus, the anticipation of Harley too. This is the first time we've ever cinematically seen Harley.
Right.
Caleb,
like this is.
Caleb, finish that thought.
There's not many like instantly recognizable female characters in comics. You got Black Widow. You've got Spider-Gwen, which only really surged in popularity since Into the Spider-Verse. And you've got Wonder Woman.
Storm.
Okay. There's a lot of women cosplay, dude.
There's a lot of women cosplay, but when you go to Comic-Con, you see, and it's before Suicide Squad, you see old school Harley Quinn in her red and black.
Yeah.
Because Harley Quinn and Joker are huge.
Yeah.
And you see Wonder Woman. Those were the big ones. Black Widows too, I guess. But like Marvel and DC have played down females.
Supergirl, She-Hulk.
I'm not saying that there aren't many female characters.
Well, obviously, dude, but obviously, like
immediately, like, oh yeah,
there's going to be the more popular ones are going to be the ones that you're going to see the most, if that's what you're saying.
That is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say that like Harley Quinn, you see Harley Quinn at Comic-Con all the time because Harley Quinn's popular and has forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that Margot Robbie's new popular. Margot Robbie is just easier to cosplay new popular.
Well, because you can go like they called it. They called it the Hot Topic merchandise adventure. You can go to Hot Topic and get the Daddy's Girl shirt or whatever, and boom. One big wardrobe problem I had with the Birds of Prey was, why would she wear a shirt that has Harley Quinn print all over it? No one noticed that?
She wasn't trying to hide for most of the movie.
Well, dude, she can't hide. She's Harley Quinn.
That was the whole point of the movie. She was invulnerable because of the Joker. And then when Joker died, she became a target for all the people she'd wronged. So like that was the whole point of the movie, I think.
Well, I just didn't like the shirt. I thought it was corny.
So maybe she should have had a wardrobe change after she become Public Enemy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I see that. That's not a bad point.
I liked Black Canary.
Yeah.
Very realistic.
Yep, like Black Canary.
I
I
like-
liked Huntress. I like Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress and her like. They
Very
call
good.
me people being like cross. Is that a cross? It's not a cross. It's a fucking. It's not a bow and arrow. It's a fucking crossbow.
I think
No,
how
I
they
liked her character a lot.
how
I
they
like-
interjected comedy in this one was one of the better ways
Yep,
that
it worked.
DC's done.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I liked Ewan McGregor a lot.
Yeah.
A
When
lot.
When he like starts crying when he finds out that Black Canary's betrayed him, and then just like snaps into fucking psycho Black Mask mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was dope.
He was
That was-
solid.
Victor Zsasz also cool.
Yeah.
Died like a man. Victor Zsasz is cooler than that, like in terms of dying. But maybe he's not dead. Maybe he just waited for everybody to leave.
I liked Rosie Perez. I'm a big Rosie Perez, lifelong Rosie Perez fan.
Yes, sir.
One of my crushes when I was a kid.
So yeah,
I don't know.
What about story and all that? You guys like the way it went and
It's
Like
okay.
her evolution as a character and all that?
It's not actually a Birds of Prey movie. It's like the Birds of Prey get founded at the end.
Yeah.
And I remember pausing it because like we had this coming up and I finished it right before we started recording. I paused it to see how much was left. And I was like, there's 30 minutes left? And they aren't the Birds of Prey yet. Like none of them have been in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to set
Oh,
up.
they changed the title. Remember?
What is this? Birds of Prey, the
And-
wonderful emancipation of one Harley Quinn, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was going to be that originally. Birds of Prey came after, I think.
I think
No, it was the Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of the one Harley Quinn. And then they changed it to Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey or some shit like that. Because people didn't know it was a Harley Quinn movie.
Warner Brothers renames Birds of Prey to emphasize Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
really.
The film's original title was Birds of Prey, semicolon, and they met right. And they renamed it to just Birds of Prey. Okay.
I will say this. As far as I feel like they succeeded in what they were trying to do with Suicide Squad. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
the mission of Suicide Squad,
Mm-hmm.
this was what they should have did the first time.
Sure. 100%.
And but they actually hit it off this one. Because now I leave with a good taste in my mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm cool with the next Harley Quinn movie. I'm cool with a Black Canary movie at this point. I actually like Huntress. He was fucking dope as shit. I'm okay with all these characters they've introduced to us.
And she becomes a problem for Batman at some point. So the Huntress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've actually built a very, if you take all the characters in all the movies and say they didn't die and they doubled down on the actual actors, they built a huge universe.
Yeah.
A huge massive universe, maybe more so than Marvel as far as
Now they
depth of characters.
You've said this before, and they need to double down. So now it's especially true. They need to double down on the universe they've built.
Yeah. I mean, and that means not doing what you're going to do with James Gunn and this the next Suicide Squad. Like not doing that. Like maybe cool to have him with it, but then bring Will Smith back in as Deathstroke. Like double down on the characters. You have real quick, let's see if we can go through all the characters they've introduced. It's kind of Superman, right? Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Perry. Is it Perry? What's the guy's whatever, the Lawrence Fishburne's character.
Perry White.
Perry White, Batman. Alfred, amazing Alfred. One of the best iterations of Alfred we've seen. Fuck what you're talking about. He is the best. He is the best Alfred.
Well, best is strong.
Name a better Alfred.
He's a good Alfred, but as far as like what you expect of, you expect him to be a stodgy old white guy watching the house that just happens to know how to fence and work on a car. But this guy is like the deep, grimy sort of looks kind of like
the type of person that would help Batman. The type of person who would be efficient helping Batman.
As somebody who grew up on the animated series, this is a departure.
I like the departure.
Alfred for me has always been a Kingsman.
Right.
I know. I get it, dude. I get it. I'll do it. You want Sir Michael Knight? I'll do it. But it's okay to be different, I think.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not like Jeremy.
He's a great Alfred, but
Michael Caine.
maybe not the.
He's not
Might
what
be
we're
your-
he's
he
not
might
what we're
even be-
used to, but he's
He might
in
even
great
be your
Alfred.
favorite, but
He's my
not
favorite.
the. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be your favorite.
Nolan's
but that doesn't make
Alfred-
him the Alfred.
Nolan's Alfred is the worst Alfred ever.
I think wait, what?
He is like, as far as how he interacts with Bruce Wayne, he's the worst.
I disagree.
He did not believe in him at all.
No, he believed in him. He believed the problem is that the Nolan Alfred believes in Batman being able to stop being Batman.
I
Because
don't want my Alfred to tell. I'm sorry, your mic went out. Say it again.
The Alfred in Nolan's Batman movies is trying to convince Bruce he doesn't have to be Batman. He doesn't owe the city that much. He should be happy.
And
That's just a different take on
that
Alfred.
is actual garbage to me, because I need my Alfred to be a
there's
ride or
70
die.
There's 70 years of Batman.
I understand that. We're talking about
So-
cinematic universes here, okay?
I know, but
And I
like,
say, I
as
like
far as
this
what you
one.
expect out of an Alfred, there's gonna be
No,
an Alfred that's like, here's your gun, go get him, killer. And then there's gonna be ones that are like,
Yo, you didn't think this Alfred was ride or die? He gets a note from his girlfriend saying, "I wouldn't have chosen you," knowing it would make Batman quit, and he sets it on fire and never gives it to him
But if he wanted him to quit anyway, why didn't he give him the fucking note?
because he knew the city couldn't afford Batman to quit right then, so he needed his boy to stay in the fight. So he burned a letter from the love of his life who died.
I hear
That-
that. That's not. That's still.
Tech, what you got, Tech?
That's
pretty
still.
good. That's a good point.
Okay. Yes. That is
Okay.
a good point.
Credit where
Comma.
credit is due.
But he still was very problematic to Bruce Wayne, and that dichotomy relationship I didn't gel with.
I think
Sure.
he became
He was bitchy. He was
the
bitchy.
voice of dissent when Batman started to go too far. Just like many other Alfreds before that. Like
Yo,
Some men
I'm-
want to see the world burn. Some men just want to see the world burn.
Alfred
Such a-
abandoned Bruce
I was-
Wayne. You guys
I
know
was in
that
your-
Alfred abandoned Bruce Wayne.
because
What
Bruce
Alfred?
Wayne abandoned his morals. That's when Alfred went, I can't, I'm sorry, you've gone too far. I can't get behind this anymore.
Lucius
You're-
abandoned him too.
Right. You're going
Yeah,
off the
but he
rails.
brought him back. He got Lucius back in the heart when he told him how to destroy it. So that's fine. But I didn't like Alfred leaving him like that in the midst of all the city going to shit.
Yeah, see, I would argue that Jeremy Irons Alfred from these Batman movies is just a fucking keyboard jockey.
But he's like, I like the headquarters guy, dude. I like the
He
fact
doesn't-
that he's
he doesn't do anything.
navigating. He told him
do
where the villains were. He was like, I was eavesdropping on their cell phones. Like, nigga.
He was basically
He's Oracle.
Oracle. Yeah,
Yeah, he was Oracle.
Yeah.
All right. So what I was trying to do was go through all the characters that they've created.
Yeah.
What am I missing from Batman, Dawn of Justice? Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, which I think Lex Luthor was the problem of Dawn of Justice. Rewatching it,
It's so bad.
two things were really bad with Dawn of Justice, because that armored Batman scene is amazing.
Wait, is Dawn of Justice Batman vs Superman?
Yeah, Batman vs Superman : Dawn of Justice.
Why would they have the title? Sorry, go on.
Just because they're just pushing the team super hard.
So
He was
basically all the characters from Justice League and Suicide Squad. That's our DCEU.
yeah, which is not bad.
And Birds of Prey.
Not bad. You have 15.
Not-
It's like
not too
15
bad.
characters.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
They're just not as fleshed out as MCU.
Yeah, they're all just super skin deep.
But okay,
Now they have to
introducing
start over.
Shazam is amazing. And I don't want to spoil. I was about to say something that's spoiling, but I won't.
It's 3 years old. Go for it.
No, that's so good. No, Shazam came out last year. So overall, DCEU, give it a grade.
Oh, see, it's just
Yeah.
average.
Average to what?
Average movie
Just
making.
period. The movies are just average.
Average filmmaking.
But
Average filmmaking.
non-comparably average. In comparison to the MCU, it gets worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Compared to the MCU, it's a D.
Damn.
And some of these movies are an F.
But
But-
but as a collection of movies, C.
Dude,
It's
if,
average.
if all right, right. So comparatively, whatever, however you want to frame this, if the MCU didn't exist, these movies would probably be fucking incredible. But because
Also
we
true.
have
We have a bar.
15 years of not perfection, but just really good world building, we expected more. But if this came out first, bro, these will be all getting B's, high
This
B's.
is this
These
is
will all be getting
rage.
B's.
This is rage to Borderlands for me.
So is this okay? Are you guys giving this bad grades of like because of the MCU? Like, is that a factor?
You
No,
seem
I
to
would
have not.
say if
You
you
seem to have
don't
not
compare them-
listened to what we said.
If you don't compare them to the MCU, it's a C. If
Yeah.
you hold them up next to the MCU, that grade gets worse and it's a D.
Right.
So, like, I think overall, if you completely remove all other superhero movies, they're average as fuck.
And if the MCU never existed, all of our grades would have been higher. That's what I'm saying. Even
Yeah.
higher than C's,
Okay.
because we'd have no frame of reference. They would be comparing this to every movie before, in which case they'd be pretty good.
Yeah, the DCEU compared to Daredevil, good. Good.
Compare Justice League to
my mic.
Ghost Rider.
Fuck me.
Right.
Yeah, good.
All right.
Right.
So
It's good.
Ups.
C's.
A
Average.
Batman Spider Tank compared to Ghost Rider. This movie's kind of good.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yo, I just realized that Superman's real mom is fucking Vanessa from Daredevil, Kingpin's wife.
Hmm.
Looking at the list of characters. Anyway,
Small.
So what do
That's
you
it, I
think
guess.
is the problem?
What's your problem?
What's your fucking problem, dude? All right, so two
I think
things.
it's-
Well, two fast points, right? Everyone give us 2 fast points and we'll get out of here. What do you think is the problem? What should they do going forward?
ooh,
Problem
fun.
is top down. Warner Brothers. There's no Ken Feige. You know, there's no unifying
Kevin.
vision. Sorry, there's no unifying vision. And to fix it, unifying vision, somebody to bring in from the top.
Do you know they replaced that guy 3 times? The role of Kevin Feige in DCEU they replaced 3 times, 3 or 4 times.
And then
Yeah,
what you said,
Sorry.
which is double down on their decisions. Keep the cast. Do better. Just do better. Get a better unified vision at the top, and just do better. But do better with what you have. Don't fucking start over again.
Yeah.
Learn from the past.
Caleb.
Kill it if you have to.
Sure. What were the 2 questions again?
What's the problem? How do they move going forward?
Okay, problem is acceleration, escalation.
Mhm.
They're trying really, really hard to win an arms race that they can't win anymore.
You don't think they can ever? You don't think they can ever beat him?
Beat isn't a thing because Marvel's already done it, right? Like they could get to the level of and maybe surpass what they were able to accomplish, but it seems like they're still trying to race Marvel to something. And I don't know what it is.
Our
because
pockets.
Marvel, right, because Marvel's so far beyond and established that like
That's just the way our
really-
culture is, though. It's McDonald's versus Burger King. It's Coke versus Pepsi.
Here's-
It's always been DC versus Marvel.
Here's
how does
what's
that not
weird, though.
translate to
Here's
the
what's
box
weird.
office?
Here's what's weird, dude. I swear to everything I know, there is no 2 greater superheroes in the world than Batman and Superman. There's there's not 2 more popular. Captain America will never be more popular than Batman and Superman.
Spider-Man's way up there, by the way.
Spider-Man's up there. Spider-Man's goddamn close.
Yep.
If he's not right, he's right there with them.
The 3 of them are in the tumbler,
Yeah.
right?
But Iron Man is not in that conversation, and Captain America's not in that conversation, and those are the 2 leading MCU characters.
No,
They are now.
MCU characters, sure.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
are now.
I was thinking Marvel.
No,
Because
no,
Marvel,
no.
you've got like Wolverine and Magneto that are up there.
Wolverine, Magneto's not really that up
for
there.
sure.
Wolverine for sure. For sure,
Cyclops.
Wolverine. Nah,
is
Cyclops not
so
up there.
much. No.
Cyclops is divisive, but he's huge.
He's not that huge,
to
dude.
readers.
Yeah, he's not that huge to like the average person. Like,
Okay, I just
As-
typed in the word Marvel. Right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's-
MCU aside,
Yeah,
Black Panther, Deadpool, Wolverine,
Deadpool's up there.
yeah, Captain America.
But no, but I promise you
you're
this.
right.
I promise you this, bro. Look,
Batman and
Hulk.
Superman.
I promise you this, because Hulk is huge.
Hulk's big.
Hulk is
Yeah.
big.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Hulk had a
Batman
team.
and Superman, dude. Batman and Superman. I will die on this hill. Hulk is not more popular than Batman and Superman worldwide.
No, not at all. Batman and Superman are
Comic books.
No. I'm gonna say that might be the 4. Worldwide,
Batman,
everybody
Superman,
knows.
and
Everybody
Hulk.
knows who those 4 are.
Yeah, sure.
Worldwide, you could be living on a dirt hill in the middle
Yo.
of nowhere.
You can
And
ask.
you're gonna have a hand-me-down Hulk shirt on.
We need to get cameras and a crew, and we need to go to the people and ask what is the Hulk's real name, and see how many we get. I guarantee you two things: everyone knows Batman's real name, and everyone knows Superman's real name, and not everyone's gonna know Wolverine's real name. No one's gonna know Cyclops' real name.
Okay, Cyclops, you're right, but everybody's gonna know everything else you just said except for Cyclops. Everybody's gonna know Spider-Man, Hulk.
Yeah, those are big.
Everybody knows Logan. Everybody knows.
No,
Logan.
not everyone does not know
Everybody
Logan.
knows-
Nope. That's
You know
that's
how many kids were named Logan when X-Men came out?
not everyone's gonna know Logan.
There's literally a Wolverine movie called Logan.
I know. I hear you. But if I ask an old lady, she might not know who it is, but she's gonna know who Bruce Wayne is. All I'm saying.
She's gonna know Hulk because she wanted to jump into them Lou Ferrigno draws.
You want to fucking them Bill Bisbee draws.
She wanted some of that cake.
Them cakes, them yams, them green yams. I don't know. DC has really strong, worldwide respected characters, hands down.
Why do their movies suck so much?
Everything we said. Everything we said.
And bad business.
Bad business. Overthinking. Not trusting. And not doubling down. I think my biggest word is just double down. Just stay with your choices. You made the choice. Stay with the shit.
And it's Hollywood's forever obsession with fucking origin stories. If we see Robert Pattinson crying over some pearls in the alley, I'm gonna fucking scream in the theater. I'm gonna get escorted out because people are gonna think I'm gonna
having an attack.
I'm a problem.
I
don't want to see the alley scene.
What was I gonna say?
If he revisits it as an adult, fine.
Yeah, sure. But I've always said if you're a filmmaker or a comic book artist and you've been given the Batman and you've been wanting
stories that have been told.
No, imagine the temptation to do it your way, to tell that story.
Because you want to stand
Zack
out.
Snyder did the way Zack Snyder put the gun in the necklace and then the slide broke the necklace.
That was hard.
Fired.
That was hard.
And then I'm getting goosebumps. And then when the kid fell into the well in his dream and one pearl hit right by his head, come on. It's
hard.
Beautiful.
It's hard.
So how do you resist the temptation as a lifelong dork?
You don't.
With
Batman
pajamas.
Yeah,
to not do your own.
But how good was The Watchmen? Right? Like how good was The Watchmen? And they followed that book.
And there's no jokes in that movie.
None.
Zack Snyder doesn't do jokes, guys.
Yeah, like there's no there's material there for a reason. It's 70 years of material for a reason, right? Like, stop trying to do your own fucking thing.
What I'm trying to say is I see both sides. Stop giving us origin stories. They're 80-year-old characters. We know where the fuck Superman comes from. Stop.
But here's the thing, right? I'm gonna say Man of Steel is an A minus.
Man of Steel is good. But
they gave us a Krypton and that story that we never seen before.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
They gave us a lot, dude. So, we saw Jor-El flex.
So they went to new territory, but like we don't need to. We know Ben Parker got shot.
Yeah, we don't need to see. We don't. Yeah,
because Spider-Man didn't chase the criminal.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need great powers come great responsibilities. We don't need to see those quotes.
We know Bruce Banner got locked in the test chamber. We know these origin stories.
That's the big thing. Marvel's skipping them. Marvel's straight up
smart.
We didn't get an origin for Hulk. We didn't get an origin for Spider-Man. We didn't get an origin for
we needed
the proximity to.
We needed an origin story for Iron Man, and you needed an origin story for Captain America.
We had okay, so the Edward Norton's Hulk was the start of the MCU, sadly.
Yes.
So
actually, Iron Man 1 and then
Iron Man and then Hulk. So, but that was such a close proximity to Ang Lee's Hulk with Eric Bana.
Yeah.
That I think they assumed that Hulk's origin was still kind of in the zeitgeist. And we didn't need it again.
Yeah, you're gonna get an origin story for a character you haven't seen in the big screen in a central role. Which is why we're gonna get a Black Widow movie that goes back to where she was from.
Yeah,
I'm getting more excited about that over time. By the way.
Yeah, I'm excited for that movie because people don't fuck with Taskmaster as much as they should.
Yeah, Taskmaster's dope. I think
Taskmaster's the shit.
I think if they do some tricky time stuff like the rumor is
Flashpoint.
No, I'm talking about Black Widow. If they do some time stuff, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be like next level. Like everyone's gonna love this movie. If the rumor is true that they're gonna do some in-game time tie-ins, but that's neither here nor there.
Who knows? But to answer the two questions, escalation for me because the first 4 movies are 6 characters introduced, 6 tentpole characters introduced, and you kill Superman in the second one. And like, what are you doing so fast that that's the story route you have to go?
Yeah.
Like when Superman dies, I felt nothing. I was like, really? We're
Because
gonna
at
do
the end,
this?
they already
now?
hinted his return at the end.
Yo, like
That's
honest,
also
With the
honestly,
dust coming off the coffin, you're like, all right.
honestly, if it's Superman, right, and you do your universe right, I should literally cry like I did when Iron Man died.
That's exactly my point. I was like, yo, when Iron Man died,
I cried.
I was a fucking mess. When
Dude,
Superman
cried.
died, I was like, really?
I cried real fucking tears, bro.
Yeah.
Like I almost
Ugly,
was sobbing.
ugly.
You saw the life leave his eyeballs, dude. You saw.
He looked like a fucking cooked egg, dude.
Yeah.
He was just,
I just got sad thinking about
Yeah.
Spider-Man's reaction.
oh,
Hey, we won. It's
calls
okay.
he calls him Tony for the first time.
Tony, we won.
Oh God,
Dude, fuck
and
it. I'm upset now. I'm sad now.
And Pepper,
Pepper tells him it's okay.
"Be okay, you can rest."
Oh my dude. And then Rhodey just like grabs his head and like touches his head.
Yeah, dude.
Because Rhodey is a fucking soldier. So like,
Yeah. Just knows he's like he's gone.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah.
you, DC, you suck.
And where they go moving forward, it's I'm gonna go back to what you said, Tech. It's the doubling down. It's the like I want Ben Affleck to come back and I want him to do his own movie and direct it and write it.
You know
Because
what?
Homie knows how to fucking write.
Yep.
Homie knows how to fucking act. Homie knows how to fucking direct.
Yeah, dude.
He's got an Oscar for directing and writing and acting.
You've been
Let's
calling
go.
all our, as long as we've known you, Tech, you've been calling all our favorite things trash for about 10 years now. But the fact that your double down statement on the DCU is probably your greatest contribution to all our dork conversations. It's absolutely true. They absolutely need to double down. That's brilliant.
And
It's one of
what can
the
still
most
work?
brilliant insights into all of this.
What can still work is letting Ben Affleck be Batman and then doing old
come on.
stories because we got Ben Affleck after the fact, right? Like
Sure.
he's already been Batman for 20 years. Let
Younger
Robin
Ben.
Pattinson do the old stories, and I'm happy.
Yeah. Except we have a different Alfred, so it doesn't work.
Yep.
Although I will say I am excited to see Andy Serkis play Alfred because Andy Serkis fucking
Andy
rocks.
Serkis is
No, he's the
incredible, but
GOAT.
that's a weird choice.
That's a weird choice, but you know,
If you like
Robert-
the Jeremy Irons, get your hands dirty Alfred, Andy Serkis is that fucking guy.
Yeah, especially if he keeps his mask like he had his
He was big as
Claw.
Ulysses Claw. Yeah, dude.
he was good.
He was
So
beefy. Also, fuck
um,
Marvel for killing Ulysses Claw in the first Black Panther movie.
yeah, that was whack. That was
but he in
really
Ultron,
whack.
So at least he had 2 movies.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
He was in Ultron for like 5 minutes, dude.
Yeah, it's a
He gets
waste.
his arm cut off by Ultron and runs away.
It's a waste. It's definitely a waste. But he had a lot of screen time in Black Panther, and he was fucking hilarious.
It was great.
Oh, yeah.
His
He was like,
weird,
I made it rain.
His weird like horse laugh.
Yes.
Like it's such a strange laugh.
Yeah.
That he obviously created for that role.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
neat.
let's wrap it up.
Also, he was so smart. Let that guy run away and then shooting him, and he's like, "You don't want to look like you're professionals." Fuck,
I love
dude.
that.
So
I
good.
love that. But that's one of
So
the best
good.
Marvel movies. We got to talk about Marvel one day. We never talk about Marvel.
I
That's
don't think
weird.
anybody- I don't think anybody does.
All right.
Because what do you say, dude? So good.
They're really good, you guys.
Have you heard about this thing?
Have you heard about this?
We could rank the MCU villains.
Yep.
we
That's a
should
good
do-
episode. That'll be a good episode. What you guys got going on
Now, tonight, this weekend, what?
in life between now and the next episode? What do you have going on?
Oh, my
Yeah.
game's been announced by the creator.
Fuck
We're not on Steam yet, but the creator said, "All right, well, we've been collaborating long enough that I'm going to go ahead and announce it." So today, he announced our collaboration. So
That's
and,
awesome.
He-
Of course, it's not comic books, so it's getting liked and retweeted like crazy. So
Yeah.
Sure.
more people play games than read comics, but
Yeah.
so that's exciting. So my
More
key
people
art
play
got
games.
put out, even though it's unfinished. I'm working on character art. I was supposed to do some tonight. I ran out of time, but he's slacking too, so I've got time. But so yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm about to wrap up the first Butcher Queen book, so that's my life right now.
Cool.
Dope, man.
Love
I wish it was Wednesday, not Thursday.
Why is that?
This week's sort of fucking flew by. I just need more time. I just feel like I don't have enough time lately. Even though I
Man,
play like 4 hours of video games a night still.
you man out of time.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. I got a lot going on, man. It's mostly like trying to figure out how to manage time effectively. working for yourself, and also confronting a resurging and consistent feeling of like a lack of contribution to my family and my friends. So it's a lot. So I don't really want to add things to a list to be disappointed about. I just need to, I need to straighten the ship. I need to right the ship. Even it's a little off course, and it's a little fucking capsized right now. I need to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're what, 4 months into lockdown?
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm kind of proud of myself for getting this far without having this conversation with myself, but it's something that I think a lot of people are going to start dealing with as this continues, because people are fucking idiots and it's not going to end anytime soon. But like, be willing and ask for help when it comes to like realizing you're in over your head, and maybe in over your own head, like inside your head. Like, that shit's real. And quarantine's going to accentuate that for a lot of people who may be feeling it now.
You know what's funny? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to repeat myself, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I treat myself, I vision myself as being a very strong mentally person, because of, things that happened in my life. But this time period has tested that to an extreme level.
Yep.
So yeah,
I'm not a socialite, but it's getting to me.
No, it's definitely getting to me hardcore, man. And I'll be glad when this is over. And I yeah.
You know what though? Just I'm gonna put this in the air for you all and our listeners. Just start to imagine what you think the new normal is going to be. As Kim and I are sort of bouncing into house hunting, we have been for a while, but seeing somebody, even one closest to you, once a week or two might be the new normal.
No, if they get a vaccine, I'm looking at gas station doorknobs, bro. I'm going back.
But flus evolve, right? I mean, you just need to start treating flu in general more seriously. But
yeah, they say whenever
floozy, I was like, yo, what?
Floozies, these floozies out here. No, they say that we'll never get back to normal. So
yeah,
the economy will never be the same.
It's folly to think that we're just gonna bounce back.
Yeah.
So, not to end on a dark note or nothing.
It'll be different.
This is like a Zack Snyder conversation. It's dark.
Yeah, no Joss Whedon in this conversation. So
penis.
On that note,
there you go. There's some Joss Whedon.
Thank you,
Joss Whedon. That's Galaxy. What Guardians of the Galaxy? What's
James Gunn.
That's a James Gunn tie-in right there.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. This podcast is available on Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and iHeart Podcast Network, as well as YouTube in video format, as you see here. If you do like videos, check us out on Twitch. We do every other Thursday at 9 p.m. Today was a little bit later than normal. It happens.
I had to finish Birds of Prey, so forgive me.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for checking it out. Share it with somebody. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
And we will see you next time.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.